Hello, guys. It's me, Butterfly Spirit 314. So, guys, I wanted to share a quick tip with you guys about something I learned when I went to the trichologist. So, I went and got a scalp analysis because I'm someone that suffers with dandruff. And not only do I have dandruff, but my siblings have dandruff as well. And we actually inherited it. So, I know my dad had dandruff. So when I went and got a scalp analysis, I believe it was like last Saturday, I got the scalp analysis. Then one of the tips that the trichologist gave me, and a trichologist is someone that is a hairstylist, but they specialize in providing different types of scalp treatments. And what they do is that they will tell you the health of your hair follicles, the health of your hair strands and stuff. And they will be able to help you like detox your scalp and things like that. And they can even tell you, whether you should go to a dermatologist or not or whatnot and stuff. So, but they're not a doctor. So, a tip that the trichologist gave me is that she gave me the tip of drinking water. So she asked me, she said, "Well, how much water are you drinking?" I said, "Well, I drink water." But I was kind of like, "Well, yeah, I drink water, but eh, you know, but really, not very much." So when I was at the scalp analysis, she had me drink this little 8-ounce bottle of water. And she said, "Well, at least if I have you drink this 8-ounce bottle of water, at least I'm doing my job by making sure, you're getting some hydration." So I noticed that my scalp was itchy and dry after the appointment. And I was thinking it was probably the products she used, with all the different, washing my hair and treating my hair and all that stuff. And that's what I thought, could be causing my hair to be irritated. And, I have like, moisturizer in my hair and all that. And then I thought back to what the trichologist had said, what the hairstylist trichologist had said. And I thought about it, and she mentioned hydration. And so I was going to go to my regular hairstylist to get my hair styled because I thought my hair being dirty, the dirt was irritating it. But what I started doing over the past few days is I started drinking water. And I started drinking like a couple of bottles of water, increasing my water intake. And what happened is that I noticed that my scalp seemed to change when I was scratching it. So what happened is that yes, it would itch, but it wasn't a, dry, irritated itch. It was an itch, but it was something where my scalp was more moisturized. And I got curious about, well, why is it now that I'm increasing my water intake and having, several bottles of water like this is a 16.9 ounce bottle of purified water. I was wondering, well, if I'm increasing my water intake, why is it that the itch, like my scalp is different? Like it will itch, but it's not irritated. It's seeming like my scalp is hydrated and stuff. Like, why is that? What's going on? So I read this article yesterday about hydration and how it makes a difference, in terms of your scalp health and the health of your hair. If you're consuming enough water or not. And so I read the article and I was pretty intrigued about how important it is, like how important having water is to the health of your scalp, and the health of your hair. And I didn't know that. And so, I happily read the article and it really clicked for me because I was like, oh, okay. And I read another article before that, which was it talked about how conditions like dandruff and dry scalp, these are conditions that can come from someone not consuming enough water. And so, I've been testing it out by drinking, increasing my water intake, having more water than I usually do. And I'm noticing that it's helping my scalp. And actually, I noticed too that thanks to the trichologist and her doing those different, treatments to my hair and stuff like that, I noticed that um, before my scalp would be itchy, dry, and irritated. And I noticed that my hair, like my scalp, will be really tight. But I noticed, like, after going to the trichologist, I noticed that my scalp no longer feels tight anymore. And it's like whatever was on my scalp and stuff, it went away. And it's like, now like the cells on my scalp, like the skin cells and stuff, it's like they're able to move and they're able to stretch and stuff. And, now that I've been drinking water now too, I'm noticing, and my hair is dirty. My hair it's almost going to be 2 weeks. So my hair has 2 weeks of dirt on it. But the thing is I'm noticing that having water is actually helping. It's actually helping me. And, I might itch a little, but I noticed that like it'll stop, you know. And another thing I noticed too, like I'll wear bonnets on my hair and stuff. And one thing I've been doing is I've been cutting down the time of me wearing bonnets. So, the only time I'm starting to wear bonnets now is basically if I'm going downstairs to my basement, or let's say I'm cutting the grass or something like that. But otherwise, I'm trying to reduce the time that I have bonnets on my hair and stuff so that my hair can breathe and stuff like that. And, I'm definitely noticing changes in my scalp, changes in my hair and stuff too. So I really think this is really amazing. And I'm happy really to share this with you guys. I had a notification pop up on my phone. But yeah, I'm just discovering, how amazing it is. And what I am going to do is link you guys to that article I read about how important water is to hair. That's not the title of the article, but I'm going to link that for you guys who are suffering with an itchy and dry and irritated scalp like myself, so it can help you guys out there because, drinking more water, more of these every day is actually helping me. It's helping my scalp. And it's helping a lot. And I'm starting to get more familiar with my hair and my scalp and what it needs and stuff too. Still figuring out the hair products, but by and large, I think I'm really on the right path. And I think going to get a scalp analysis was really the first step in the process. It wasn't that I wasn't taking care of my hair. It was that my hair really had a lot of buildup and my scalp wasn't able to breathe and different things like that, which really like made things more complicated for me. But drinking water, that can really help if you have an itchy, dry scalp. It really can. And it's cheap. It's pretty cheap instead of taking off to a dermatologist, which I might still go to one anyway, but seems a lot cheaper to kind of start off with this and getting a scalp analysis too. Seems like those are good first steps. Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope this helps you guys out there. Bye.